I thought it was right.
That's very good indeed. I must remember that.
No, of course.
Queer sort of girl, that.
Minna? She's all right.
Have you had her long?
No, not long. She belongs to a no-good family living back in the hills on the border of Lawton's place.
Lawton's place?
Yes. He suggested that I take on account of her father. A beastly fellow.
Oh. Good morning, Dad.
Oh, good morning, Abby. Good morning, Kitty.
Yes. Are you? Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, here we are.
Thank you, Mr. Bannister.
Allow me to help you.
Thank you very much.
Then.
Down here?
Yeah.
Right.
And where's our fighting overseer this morning? Still asleep?
Asleep? Not Dick. He's been on the job since dawn.
Good heavens. You don't mean to tell me he gets up while it's still dark?
Yes, we've had to work pretty hard since the river started to dry up, draining bog holes, fencing in the most dangerous ones, moving cattle and so on. I generally go with him, but I've decided this morning to be social and join your special breakfast party.
There'll be no more social breakfasts as far as I'm concerned, Dad. I don't want the station routine upset for me. I haven't been much use in the past, but it doesn't say I can't help in the future.
Absolutely. Oh. Well, I mean, jolly good, jolly sporting, Miss Hastings. You know, the local girl makes good.
Makes good what?
Huh? Well, I always she just makes good, that's all.
Oh, well, that's what I'm asking you, Mr. Bannister. What does she make good?
Well, you see, she pulls her weight with the team and rows a hefty oar. Yeah, sticks by the skipper. It's good type, you know.
Very lucid, Mr. Bannister. I understand perfectly.
Yes, I thought you'd get the idea in time.
Where are the boys this morning?
They're bringing in stock from number 3 paddock to the yard for drafting and branding.
Oh, is Mr. Drake with them?
Yes, Dick will be there.
Oh, dear old Dick. He's a great chap. Don't you think so, Miss Hastings?
I'm afraid I haven't bothered about him, Mr. Bannister.
Hey, Drake, come here. Hold his head, Joe. Try your look. Come on. Come on, she may have broken her neck.
Oh.
No, it wasn't a neck. Who gave you permission to use this horse, Miss Hastings?
Do I have to get permission to use what belongs to me?
If you don't know how to handle it sanely, yes. You should know better than to put a stock horse to a fence like that. Now, we don't expect you to be of any help around here, so the very least you can do is keep out of trouble. This is your father's favorite horse, and you've hurt it pretty badly.
Don't bother to inquire whether I'm hurt. I quite realize the horse is far more important.
He's far more useful. Come on, Barbar, we'll take him over to the yard and fix that cut and strap it. Miss Hastings.
Oh, it's you.
I'm sorry I was so abrupt. I hope you weren't hurt by your fall.
Does it matter, seeing that I'm so useless?
Perhaps I shouldn't have said that. You see, we're not used to women around here, and that probably accounts for my bad manners. However, we'll let that go for the moment. What's more important right now is that we've got a tough job before us. We've all got to pull together if we're going to accomplish anything. Now, don't you think that under the circumstances, in order to get things done, we might stop hating one another?
I'm not sufficiently interested in you, Mr. Drake, to hate you.
Well, that goes double, Miss Hastings. We both seem to bristle whenever we meet. That doesn't help matters much, does it? Does it? Why, of course it doesn't. Well, look here, Miss Hastings. Maybe if you could show me that you could keep out of mischief, I could show you that I have some good manners and intelligence, huh?
You certainly look better when you smile, Mr. Drake.
Funny thing, I was thinking the same thing about you.
Well, What's that man doing over there?
That's a water diviner. Your father's decided to sink a bore, now that the river's drying up.
Little divining rod, bend the way that you ought to. Show me where far under the sod there is beautiful water. North, south, east, or west, little divining rod, do your best. Dip your end to it, lead a friend to it, beautiful, bountiful water. Ha ha!
You can use my horse, Miss Hastings, but remember, no more fences. You promise?
Promise?
Give me a leg.
Wait a minute. I'll get you out. Poor little calf. Don't be silly. Come on. Oh, dear.
Lord, what sort of a mess has she got into now?
Mr. Drake! Mr. Drake! Mr. Drake! Oh, a nice fix we're in. You can't get out and I can't get out.
Well, old mud pie Hastings.
Now you've got me doing it. What on earth are you up to now?
I'm trying to get this wretched little calf out.
Can't you keep out of trouble?
Well, I only want to be helpful.
Well, if you don't stop being so helpful, I'll have to detail a man to look after you. Come on.
You've even got mud on your nose.
What about the calf?
You're more important than the calf.
Oh.
To your father, anyway.
Oh.
Come on.
All right, useless. Over the fence. Get on the horse.
I will not.
Miss Hastings, you're under my orders, and you'll take 'em and like 'em. Get on the horse. Wait a minute. Not on my clean saddle.
I hope you can bring her in soon, Jim. The river's completely dry. Have you any idea how much longer it'll take?
I don't know, Dick. It's entirely problematic. She may blow any minute, or she might take 6 months.
But we can't wait on an uncertainty like that. I'll go over and have a talk with Dan about moving the cattle. Rush her as fast as you can. And if she does come in, for heaven's sake, blow that siren of yours.
Just these screens, boys. What are we going to do, Dick?
I'd say our only chance would be to drive them to that water hole in the northern paddock.
Have they the strength to make it?
I hope so. But the worst part of it is that even if we get them there, there's only enough water to last for a week or so.
Yes, and after that.
Well, after that, I don't know, Dan. We've got to start driving them.
She blows! She blows!
Come on, Dan!
All right.
Whoopee! Whoopee! Oh, Mr. Manister, please!
Hey, come on, come on, hey! There we are.
It looks as though I'd have to go to Brisbane. This letter from the meat companies complains of the quality of our last shipment. They say they may have to reconsider our contract if our beef doesn't improve.
But, Daddy, our meat is going to improve. If the bore keeps flowing as it has in the last week, you'll have more water than you can use pouring into the cattle troughs. You haven't anything in the world to worry about.
I say, Dick, what on earth storm coming up?
Yes, but... Oh, storm.
Everybody's in the house.
What about Drake?
Yes, he's there too.
You get back inside a minute. Quick. All right, boys. We'll leave the horses here.
Cigarette?
No, thank you.
Miss Hastings, I think I owe you an apology. I once said you were purely ornamental. Well, I was mistaken. You're a very useful person. I hope you'll forgive me.
Perhaps I owe you an apology. I questioned your good manners. I hope you'll forgive me.
Granted. So saying, the duelists sheathed their swords, eh? Well, really, Miss Hastings, I don't blame you. It was a difficult spot for a girl like you to be put into.
Like me, sir. You forget I'm an Australian cattleman's daughter.
Well, Australian cattleman's daughter, let's go in.
It was a dash difficult thing to shoot, I'd say, you know. Jolly old kangaroo bobbing up and down all the time. Yeah, what was difficult? I'm fearfully keen to have a go at them, really am. Terribly excited. Just like the time I shot my first tiger. I don't think I told you about that, did I, Mrs. Abbott?
You certainly did, Mr. Manister. And about the elephant, and the lion, and the polar bear.
Dash it all, did I say polar bear?
You did, Mr. Manister.
That's right, of course I did, yes, it's right.
Come on, let's get this job over with. Just wait till send the dynamite down to the bottom. Steady, you fool.
I have a feeling this party needs brightening up.
Right. Afraid you'll get a lot of static with this storm.
You know, I was just thinking, dash queer thing, Rangle River drying up just after you got that contract.
Very. In all the years I've been here, our river's never failed us until now.
I've never seen it so dry before.
And your neighbor Lawton, and I suppose he was short of water too.
He says he has enough. His supply comes from the northern hills.
Charming fellow, Lawton. Absolutely. more coffee, thank you.
Get a glass, quickly.
More thunder? Let's hope we get some rain out of this.
I don't believe we will.
That's jolly strange.
What is, Reggie?
There was no static before that last thunderclap. That wireless has been crackling every time the lightning flashed.
I didn't notice it.
Huh? No, naturally. Of course not. You naughty old thing, you. I know.
Hello? There's some trouble down there at the catch basin. Outside there is. Wait a minute. There's your trouble.
Looks like our Gus has given up the ghost.
I'll hate the job of telling Dan about this.
It's going to be tough all round.
Run over to the stockyard and tell the boys to saddle up. We're going to move the cattle at once.
I simply can't understand it.
Daddy.
Hello, everybody. Why, what's the matter? Anything wrong? Oh, I see. Your bore's petered out. Yeah, that's tough luck, Dan. I told you it was a bit of a gamble boring for water here, you know. I'm afraid you've lost, Dan.
I don't believe he has, Mr. Lawton.
There's no doubt Lawton's right. The engineer himself said we were only on the edge of the artesian water belt. Well, that's the end of my contract with the meat company.
What are we going to do?
Why, you can always drive your cattle across to my paddock for water.
Thanks, Donald, but my stock would be worn to the bone driven that distance there and back every day. Dick, I'm afraid we'll have to make the long drive up to the top water hole.
The boys are moving them now, Dan. I'll go along, too. They'll need all the help they can get.
I'll come along and see if I can help. Come on, Daddy, I must change.
I'll be going along, too. By the way, I thought perhaps you and I might get together sometime. You know, I've got a feeling that things aren't quite what they seem around here. Do you feel that? I thought we might sort of rally around the old flag. Cheerio.
Tired?
A little. Poor Dad.
Yes, he's the one that I'm worried about. As far as we're concerned, we could face such things without being beaten.
We?
Yes, we. You're fast becoming a tough little cattle hand, Mary.
Oh, well, it's good to hear you say that. Anyway.
Anyway, what do you mean?
Nothing.
Shall we go on?
Reggie, make yourself useful. Cut him out on the left flank.
last waterhole?
I'm afraid it is, Miss Hastings. We'll camp here for the night, so you better stretch out under those trees and have a spot of rest. What about you, Reggie?
Me? My dear chap, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Oh, dear. However, I might indulge in a little...
Hello. There's some strays along Lawton's boundary line. I'll head them off.
I say, Sir Francis. Did you say this was our friend Lawton's boundary?
Oh, yes, Reggie. That fence along there divides the Hastings and Lawton properties. You can see how it cuts across the dried-up bed of Rangle River below us. Lawton's land extends some distance back into those mountains.
Rather rough and rugged, I'd say. Even tough on a mountain goat. Lawton's land. Well, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Yes, it's bad country, broken by canyons and gullies. Well, shall we join the others? Reggie, shall we,
Oh, yes, rather. I say, how about a sort of prospecting trip up the riverbed? Might be quite interesting, don't you think?
Cross Lawton's property?
Yes.
I'm afraid that's quite impossible. I tried it myself when the river first started to drop, but I was blocked. Not only by the bush and undergrowth, but also by some very steep cliffs. Now, it's very dangerous up there to both man and beast.
Dick! Dick!
We saw it all from the riverbed. Don't tell me they've killed him.
No, breathing but quite unconscious.
Oh, it's his head. He may die. What can we do?
Home, a doctor's the
Home,
only thing...
yes, we must get him home.
Don't worry, Miss Hastings, as fast as the team can make it. Hey, Street, the wagon will be here quick.
Right.
Let's work, I'll bet a guinea. Right, Puddin', we'll take a look up the hill for that dingo.
He won't die. He won't die, will he?
Don't worry, Miss Hastings. There's a lot of life in him yet.